Tonight, police probes have been launched into a fatal shooting at Active Hill, La Clery. Following consultations with the Roman Catholic Church, the Halls of Justice Foundation has been laid with an improved design, and Shirley Ann Cyril Myers' Gospel Journey crowned with Caribbean Music Award win.
This is the Hot 7 Night News.
Good evening. It is Thursday, September 11th, 2025. I am Daniela Edwin. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. We are on Flow Channel 117, Kiss FM, the Caribbean Hot FM mobile app, the Caribbean Hot 7 TV Facebook page, and on YouTube at Caribbean Hot 7 TV News. Not forgetting those of you using the Hot 7 plug and play antenna. Thank you so much for joining us. The St. Lucia Tourism Authority on September 11th recognized a recent regional achievement of homegrown talent Shirley Ann Cyril Myers. The event centered on celebrating her receipt of the prestigious Caribbean Music Award, a recognition she described as a significant milestone in her artistic journey.
St. Lucia's own Shirley Ann Cyril Myers has etched her name into regional music history, capturing the prestigious Caribbean Music Award, a triumph that the St. Lucia Tourism Authority proudly celebrated on September 11th. Hailed as a defining moment in her artistic journey, the award cements Cyril Myers as one of the island's brightest culture ambassadors, her success resonating far beyond the stage and reaffirming St. Lucia's place on the Caribbean creative map.
I am just so excited about this prestigious award from Caribbean Music Award conferred to me for the services, decades, more than 3 decades of service of development to others, especially our young people in the gospel music industry, touching lives locally, regionally, and internationally.
She further stated that the award was bestowed upon her in a recognition of her long-standing dedication to gospel music, honoring the countless hours and unwavering effort she has poured into mastering her craft over the years.
It's just for my contribution throughout the years in gospel music here in St. Lucia, representing St. Lucia, and the work throughout the years with young people, especially developing our young people in the music industry with special emphasis on gospel music.
Chief Executive Officer of the St. Lucia Tourism Authority, Louis Lewis, underscored the critical importance of the authority's participation in the Caribbean Music Awards, hailing the outcome of the joint accommodation effort as a landmark step forward in enhancing the island's tourism offerings.
From the St. Lucia Tourism Authority standpoint, we are delighted to report that we partnered with the Caribbean Music Awards, ready to showcase and highlight the opportunity that presented itself, which is the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival. And we did that, we did that particularly because it's the region's recognition of excellence when it comes to events and music performances. It's the 3rd year running, and we actually were nominated we were nominated for one of the awards, which was the Caribbean's leading event. But more importantly, while we did not win, I think the acclamation or the recognition of our excellence in that category really emphasizes, or it highlights, the significance of the St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival as an event in and of itself. But for us, it is really a marketing tool, so the two of them really came together.
The St. Lucia Tourism Authority reports a steady upswing in the island's tourism performance, signaling a renewed confidence in the sector. In a strategic move, St. Lucia is set to participate in the upcoming State of the Caribbean press conference later this month. The high-profile regional engagement aims to reaffirm the island's status as a premier tourism destination in the Caribbean. For Hot 7 TV News, Josiah Bisset reporting.
Construction has officially begun on the long-awaited Hall of Justice, with NH International Caribbean Limited breaking ground on the project last month. The ambitious plan, which includes an extension to Constitution Park, comes after design revisions resolved a dispute with the Roman Catholic Church.
NH International Caribbean Limited held a press briefing on September 11th to outline its ambitious plans for the new and upgraded Halls of Justice buildings, which will include an extension to Constitution Park. The company confirmed that the estimated $54 million project began construction of the main foundation on August 11, 2025, with the entire project expected to reach completion within 2 years.
This Hall of Justice project started off sometime in 2023 with the government of St. Lucia issuing a request for proposals, to which NH submitted a tender, and a tender was accepted, and we moved into the development of what is called as a bolt arrangement. And it's important to understand how this bolt arrangement works. Essentially, what the developer does is that he takes full responsibility for the design, he takes full responsibility for the financing of the project, full responsibility for the construction of the project, and then when the project is completed, the project is leased back to the government over a period of time. In this case, it's 12 years, and at the end of the 12-year period, there's a full transfer of the facility.
He further noted that the alterations of the original design were made following disagreements with the Roman Catholic Church. Meetings involving the Prime Minister, the Church, and representatives from NH were held, culminating in a resolution on the matter.
As you would know, the project initially started off here, as where the existing courthouse was located. There were several engagements, particularly with the Catholic Church, and the government decided that for several reasons it would have been more prudent to acquire the lands, which were the Adjoda lands next door, and to have that facility built in which you would have the criminal courts on one side, which is the old education building, which was state-owned, and all of the civil, family courts and commercial courts would be on the Adjoda lands, which would become the main building. So before, the configuration was the building on this side, and there was a bridge connecting this building to the education building. What has happened is now this building is now shifted to the other side, and the connections now are over, bridge connections are now over Westall Street. So that's in essence what it is.
Project manager Rishi Kunu has confirmed that work on the foundation is underway, with the first stage expected to be completed by September 12th.
The works to the substructure have commenced. We're doing the CFA piling. Today will be completed on all of the design piling for the annex building, and we will start tomorrow the substructure for the main building. The superstructure is made of reinforced concrete. We will be utilizing the Forza system, which is a framework, metal framework of forms that will greatly expedite the construction of the shell, and thereafter we will allow the external cladding, which is glass fiber reinforced panels, and the finishes and MEP services. This is indeed a smart building. There's a BMS control system. There's also IT and building accesses, and of course we will be also fitting out the building with fixtures and finishes.
The NH International has confirmed to residents that safety remains its foremost concern. Library Street will receive intermittent closures to accommodate the movement of construction vehicles and heavy equipment. In collaboration with the Castries City Police, NH will enforce around-the-clock safety measures to ensure the well-being of commuters and pedestrians throughout the construction period. For Hot 7 TV News, Josiah Bisset reporting.
Castries has been shaken once again by violent crime after a man was gunned down late Wednesday night in the quiet hillside community of La Claire. According to the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, on Wednesday, September 10, 2025, at about 11:33 p.m., officers attached to the Criminal Investigations Department were dispatched to Active Hill following reports of a lifeless body. Upon arrival, investigators discovered the body of a male lying motionless, riddled with apparent gunshot wounds. A medical practitioner later confirmed what bystanders already feared. The man was dead at the scene. The victim has not yet been formally identified, gripping the community with uncertainty as speculation swirls about who the deceased may be and what circumstances led to the fatal attack. Police have since launched a full-scale homicide investigation, canvassing the area for evidence and potential eyewitnesses. In a statement, the RSLPF urged members of the public to come forward with any information that could help. Coming up next, national records holder Makiba Alcide inducted into Arkansas Sports Hall of Honor, and St. Lucia to mark Caribbean Wellness Day 2025 with focus on combating non-communicable diseases. All that and so much more coming up when we return.
Your life anywhere, anytime with your BOSL Visa credit card. Spend your life living BOSL's got you. Live your life your way. It's your life, it's what you do.
Now you can take Hot FM, Kiss FM, and Hot 7 TV with you wherever you go. Whether you're in St. Lucia or exploring our four corners of the globe. Our record-breaking app has already been downloaded over 500,000 times on Google Play and the Apple App Store. To bring you the best in HD sound, we've relaunched a brand new app. Get it for free in the App Store by simply searching Caribbean Hot FM HD. Listen to us in real time, anywhere, any place, anytime. We've added so many cool new features, like our live in-studio option, where you can see your favorite announcers and DJs at work. So download the app today. It's free. Spread the news. St. Lucia is now in HD around the world on the Hot FM app. Don't miss out. Join the fun and stay connected.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News.
Thanks for staying with us. St. Lucian athlete and sports leader Makiba Alcide has been selected for the University of Arkansas Sports Hall of Honors 2025 class, with the induction ceremony set for September 26th. Alcide, who currently serves as a sports and recreation officer and team leader for St. Lucia's national athletics squad, heading to the 2025 World Championships in Tokyo, is being recognized for her exceptional collegiate and international career. She represented the Razorback women's track and field team from 2009 to 2013, dominating the multi-events. In 2013, she set a collegiate record in the pentathlon with 4,569 points, winning the SEC indoor title before claiming bronze at the NCAA championships. Back home, Alcide has earned the title of St. Lucia's Senior Sportswoman of the Year 2013 and continues to hold national records in the pentathlon, heptathlon, and 100 meters hurdles. A Hall of Honor recognition is celebrated as a well-deserved tribute to an athlete whose achievements and leadership continue to inspire both on and off the track. In other news, St. Lucia will join the rest of the region in observing Caribbean Wellness Day 2025, shining a spotlight on the urgent need to combat non-communicable diseases through healthier lifestyle practices. Caribbean Wellness Day, established in 2007 by CARICOM heads of government, will be observed this year on Saturday, September 13th, 2025, under the theme Engage, Empower, Elevate, and the sub-theme Working Together to Improve Health and Well-being for All.
Senior Medical Officer for NCDs and Mental Health, Dr. Shanna Sir Filbert, speaking ahead of the observance of Caribbean Wellness Day 2025, has stated that the combat against non-communicable diseases is an active one. She noted that NCDs account for nearly 80% of deaths annually in St. Lucia.
Over the past 3 decades, non-communicable diseases such as diabetes, cancer, cardiovascular diseases, and chronic lung diseases have replaced infectious diseases as the leading cause of death in the world. The World Health Organization, WHO, estimates that at least 75% of all deaths worldwide are as a result of NCDs, and that the majority of the deaths which occur from these chronic diseases occur in lower and middle-income countries like St. Lucia. In St. Lucia, NCDs such as cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, cancer, and chronic respiratory diseases continue to contribute to at least 80% of the total deaths every year.
She emphasized that these diseases weigh heavily on families, whilst also putting a significant pressure on the island's healthcare system.
The direct and indirect demands and costs associated with diseases like diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and cancer, and their risk factors, pose a significant burden on healthcare systems, particularly in countries with limited resources like St. Lucia.
Dr. Sarah Filbert highlighted that nutrition is central to the fight against NCDs.
This year's theme places significant focus on the Caribbean Plate, which was endorsed by the Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARPHA, in observance of Caribbean Wellness Day 2025. The Caribbean Plate highlights the various factors that influence health and well-being. Our Caribbean Plate, and more specifically as the recently launched campaign by the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, My Plate, A Healthy Plate, reminds us of the importance of a healthy diet in the pursuit of health and wellness.
Caribbean diets show declining produce intake and rising unhealthy choices. Dr. Sarah Filbert has urged collective action, stressing Caribbean Wellness Day as a call to healthier living. For the Hot 7 TV News, I am Alvin Alexander.
The Small Business Development Center, in collaboration with the Ministry of Commerce, has successfully concluded its Young Entrepreneurs in Action summer program. The program graduated 96 secondary school students who underwent a work-study with small businesses on the island.
The Small Business Development Center has proudly wrapped up the 4th successful installment of its Youth Entrepreneurs in Action initiative, an ambitious summer program designed to foster entrepreneurial spirit among the island's youth. Over a 6-week period spanning July and August, secondary school students were placed with small businesses across the country, gaining hands-on experience in real-world enterprise. The program, now a fixture on the center's annual calendar, continues to empower the next generation with the knowledge and skills essential for launching their own business ventures.
It recognizes that education does not end in the classroom. It extends into real-world experiences that prepares our young people to be adaptable, to be creative, and capable of changing their own futures.
The workshop has been hailed as a resounding success, with 96 out of the 100 participants graduating, armed with invaluable real-world work experience.
Some businesses noted that students sometimes struggled with attention to detail or failed to ask for clarification when tasks were unclear. At times, a few students even displayed resentment. But what was remarkable was the response of our entrepreneurs. Instead of giving up on you, they worked patiently with you.
Form 4 and 5 students were placed with 60 small businesses across a spectrum of industries, from cosmetics and engineering to auto mechanics and agro-processing and culinary arts. The initiative proved a mutual beneficial venture, improving manpower for local enterprises while offering students a rare hands-on introduction to the fast-paced world of entrepreneurship.
And you should be happy to be here. You should be happy because you have invested 6 critical weeks in your lives. It's an investment in yourselves. Give yourself a round of applause. So the whole issue of energy, in all the knowledge that you have, all the passion, you need to bring to the table passion, energy, flexibility, in addition to all the things that you've learned.
The students also received stipend $1,000 from the government and $100 from participating small businesses. The program expects that its graduates will go on to start their own businesses with the help of the Youth Economy Agency. For Hot 7 TV News, Josiah Bissett reporting.
In response to growing concern over the shrinking number of family-friendly resorts in St. Lucia, Tourism Minister Dr. Ernest Hilaire says the island's shift toward high-end luxury accommodations is leaving fewer options for families, even as demand from key markets like the UK begins to slip.
Tourism Minister Dr. Ernest Hilaire says there is a noticeable decline in family-oriented resorts across the island, as St. Lucia pivots increasingly toward high-end luxury accommodations. Speaking on the evolving landscape of the tourism sector, Dr. Hilaire noted that while luxury market is experiencing significant growth, it is coming at the expense of more accessible, family-friendly options.
St. Lucia is moving more and more into a luxury destination, profile, and the family vacation is being affected, because when you look at St. James Club, which is family, is now couples. You look at Zoe Train Marigot, that was family, now couples. It's really, with the Redry Beach hotels all broken down for the reconstruction, all those family options are off the market now.
The minister has confirmed that the discussions are currently underway with prospective resort investors to develop new family-oriented accommodations across the island. The initiative comes as the UK travel market, where family vacation packages remain a popular choice among British holiday makers, are starting to decline.
Especially out of the UK, our numbers out of the UK has been affected because a lot of the family travelers came from the UK, and those options are gone. So we are desperately looking for an investor who will build a family type operation. Now at Montpimad, there is going to be a family hotel, but that won't open until next year. But we're still hoping we can get an investor that can build a suitable family size operation to help us in that side of the market.
The announcement was made during a high-level pre-cabinet briefing on September 8th. For Hot 7 TV News, Josiah Bissett reporting.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back with more news.
The Super 6 jackpot is now $250,000. You have to be in it to win it. Get your tickets today for your chance to win.
The second half of Season 2 is here, and Pereira and Company is back to reignite your passion for sports. Join Reds Pereira and his all-star lineup of guests as they dive into the heart of athletic excellence, sharing untold stories, powerful journeys, and the raw drive behind every triumph. From trending sports news to unforgettable moments that put you right in the action, each episode delivers insight, energy, and emotion that redefine what sports television can be. Catch it every other Thursday on Hot 7 TV after the evening news, simulcast on Kiss FM with a Sunday rebroadcast following the church service and telebituaries, while streaming live on the Hot 7 TV Facebook page and our new YouTube channel. Don't just watch the game, feel the fire, live the thrill, and celebrate the spirit of sport with Barrera and Company.
Barrera and Company is brought to you with the kind compliments of Laboratory Services and Consultations Limited and supported by Bellevue Hotel and Scott Sports and Awards.
Looking for the best way to advertise? Stop searching. Hot 7 TV gives you more reach, more impact, and more value. Get your business in front of the right audience and watch your sales soar. Don't miss out. Call 452-6040 today and take advantage of our exclusive advertising packages. Hot 7 TV, smart advertising for smart businesses.
The third segment of the Hot 7 Nightly News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Caribbean Awning. Let us cover your world.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News.
Welcome back. The St. Lucia Social Development Fund and the Youth Economy Agency have officially signed a Memorandum of Understanding designed to strengthen support for young entrepreneurs and vulnerable households, providing new opportunities for training, grants, and access to capital. The MOU signed on Friday is being described as a critical step in tackling poverty and creating sustainable livelihoods.
An MOU signed on Friday between the St. Lucia Social Development Fund and the Youth Economy Agency is being described as a critical step in tackling poverty and creating sustainable livelihoods. According to SSDF Executive Director John Victorine, the agreement will streamline efforts to target individuals already participating in SSDF programs by linking them directly to the Youth Economy Agency's mentorship, grant, and capital support services.
The signing of the MOU with the Youth Economy Agency will definitely ensure that we better target those individuals who are participating in our program, better target them as it relates to accessing grants and accessing seed capital to start off their own business.
Victorine further states that the process is one that is seamless and designed to avoid duplicity across the agencies.
The process is, we have a number of programs. We have the Kudme Setlisi program, where we have identified a number of individuals who are on the public assistance program in the effort to graduate these individuals of public assistance. We are providing them with access to support through 7 pillars, and one of these pillars is income, and we provide a number of livelihood pathways, which micro-enterprise is one of, or entrepreneurship is one of the pathways. So this program, the Kudme Setlisi program, targets individuals throughout the island. We also have individuals who walk into the SSDF who are interested in accessing micro-enterprise support, so they are enrolled through our HOPE program as well. And we also work with households through the All Boys Matter program, and there are individuals within these households who are interested in starting off their own micro-enterprise. So the support services unit will also ensure that we are informed of these individuals and enroll them in micro-enterprise. First of all, training and provide them with an opportunity to access grants as well as loan funds. But we target individuals throughout the island.
The signing of the MOU enhances outreach, ensuring that clients who may already be supported by the SSDF can now seamlessly access youth economy programs. The agreement is expected to run for at least 1 year, with both parties expressing confidence that the partnership will continue well into the future. For the Hot 7 TV News, I am Alvin Alexander.
The St. Lucia Hospitality and Tourism Association has announced a landmark partnership with DeVry University. aimed at enhancing training and education opportunities for its members within the hospitality sector. Through this new collaboration, SLHTA members can now apply for online degrees and certificate programs with DeVry University.
A landmark partnership between the St. Lucia Hospitality and Tourism Association, SLHTA, and DeVry University, announced earlier this year, is expected to yield significant human resource improvements for the island's tourism sector. SLHTA Chief Executive Officer Noorani Aziz notes that the partnership builds on the long-standing track record of both the association and DeVry University in advancing professional development.
If we were not very optimistic in the long-term potential of this relationship, I don't think it would have reached this far. We do believe that DeVry University is a very recognized player. They have had a very established track record in learning and development over the past decades. And right now, for them to be associated, or for the SLHTA to have had this brand association with them, I think it augurs well for us, particularly individuals who are employed currently within the industry, and individuals who are coming out of Sir Arthur and might be interested in pursuing their studies via an online medium, and interested in integrating after certification or even before completion of their studies, integrating into the tourism industry.
Aziz emphasized that beyond individual benefits, the partnership holds a long-term value for St. Lucia's tourism product by improving service quality, workforce skills, and professional standards across the sector. He also signaled optimism about the further avenues for member benefits under the agreement.
DeVry has on offer a 50% discount on some of the fees associated with persons interested in accessing the programs. But separate and apart from that, the SLHTA is exploring other ways, other avenues that we can perhaps provide even more savings or cost reduction on workers, employees, individuals who are employed at member resorts in order to encourage their enrollment into the program. So that continues to be a moving target for us. We are working very carefully on that model. We don't expect to be able to introduce it this year, but the discussion has started with a number of financing institutions on how we can make that level more accessible to employees within the industry.
The SLHTA Secretariat acts as the principal administrator of the program and will provide guidance for interested members and the general public to navigate the application process, ensuring that the initiative is accessible to workers at all levels. For the Hot 7 TV News, I am Alvin Alexander.
The St. Lucia Tourism Authority has rolled out an ambitious 7-city Canadian roadshow in partnership with Air Canada Vacations, signaling a major push to boost arrivals from the Canadian market ahead of the winter season.
The St. Lucia Tourism Authority, SLTA, Director of Global Marketing Dexter Purcell, has explained that the 7-City Canada Roadshow is part of the authority's annual fall campaign designed to keep the island visible and competitive in key source markets.
As we approach the fall season, we usually launch campaigns and we have an extensive sales drive out in the e-markets, the US market and the Canadian market. Similar for the UK market. So this year, Air Canada Vacation is celebrating 50 years, and usually in preparation for winter, there's always a sales campaign going on within the various markets. So this year it's happening in some key cities in Canada, Toronto, in Montreal, the key cities. So what we did at the St. Lucia Tourism Authority was to utilize the opportunity that while in Canada we can run a further outreach for destination marketing strategy. We went as far as out west. We covered Calgary, Edmonton, and some of the key cities in that area.
The campaign follows earlier activations in Ottawa and Toronto, including a Caribbean night with the Toronto Raptors and gala events that, according to independent data, spiked interest in St. Lucia. Persil noted that by June, searches for St. Lucia on Canadian travel platforms surged by 44%.
We look at the data from an independent data company that we work with, Forward Keys. When we looked at the data in June, following up from that activation in February, we saw like the searches from the Caribbean was averaging around 22%. And then when you looked at St. Lucia was trending at 44%.
These numbers have increased from July, giving a clear indication of growing curiosity and potential demand.
And then later on in July, when we looked at the data again, we saw another 66% interest in St. Lucia. So what it says to us is that Canadians are looking at St. Lucia. They are searching for alternative vacations. But how do we convert that interest into actual bookings? And the only way we can attempt to do that is to deploy in our sales team with our accommodation partners and head out to mission, head out to the market to really present and sell the destination. So knowing that we had a Canadian Roadshow with Air Canada in September, we extended our programs to ensure that we would capture a wider audience, overreaching to operators, travel advisors. And another area we're focusing on also is our diaspora market. We have quite a number of St. Lucians in Calgary, in Vancouver, and we want to engage them. We want to talk to them. We want to sell St. Lucia and present St. Lucia as a destination of choice to them.
With the Canadian campaign on the way, the SLTA is preparing to extend similar efforts to the United States and the United Kingdom in the coming months, ensuring a full 360-degree approach to global tourism marketing. For the Hot 7 TV News, I am Alvin Alexander.
President Donald Trump has released a video on social media related to the death of Charlie Kirk. The conservative commentator and founder of Turning Point USA was shot while speaking at a Utah Valley University event in Orem, Utah. The person of interest, who was taken into custody following the deadly shooting of Kirk, was released later on Wednesday evening, according to FBI Director Kash Patel.
All right, everyone, you are watching live now from Fox. Again, we appreciate everyone continuing to join us during this breaking news of Charlie Kirk, dead at the age of 31, shot and killed at a rally in Utah. And now we are learning that the suspect, well, there is no suspect right now under custody because the police says they had someone detained. They were questioning that person, but that person has now been released. So that is the new information that we have. It's been really a back and forth between the FBI, the local police officials there on the ground, and we are still waiting for more of a clear direction from this investigation. But this was the moments just a little bit ago, and the governor as well as the police giving their update and saying at the time that they did have someone detained, but unfortunately that is not true anymore. That person has now been released. So we will keep an eye on this for you right here on Live Now from Fox. All right, moving on. I want to take you now out to the White House because we are getting word that we have some video now of President Trump with a recorded statement on the passing of Charlie Kirk. Let's listen in.
To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight, all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there's never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith, and we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the two young, beloved children, and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain. This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate. His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever, to share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace. It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others, radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God. Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country. An assassin tried to silence him with a bullet, but he failed, because together we will ensure that his voice, his message, and his legacy will live on for countless generations to come. Today, because of this heinous act, Charlie's voice has become bigger and grander than ever before, and it's not even close. May God bless his memory, may God watch over his family, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The third segment of the Hot 7 Nightly News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Caribbean Awning. Let us cover your world.
At Caribbean Awning, we can protect your livelihood and assets against storms, hurricanes, and intruders with our shutters and roll-up steel doors. We firmly believe that everyone should have access to smarter, higher quality, and affordable security solutions. Caribbean Awning hurricane screens and shutters are Miami-Dade County approved to withstand storms, hurricane pressure, and winds. Our customizable estate gates, fencing, and burglar bars are an attractive and affordable security solution to safeguarding your loved ones and property. Living near sea blast, Caribbean Awning aluminum product line, railing, fencing, and gates are all manufactured from extruded aluminum, providing you with durable, rust-free protection. Our face recognition security system is a cutting-edge technological solution to improve your compound surveillance measures and gives you a peace of mind. Diamond Award-winning Caribbean Awning. Let us cover your world.
And with that, we come to the end of the Hot 7 TV Nightly News for today, Thursday, September 11th, 2025. Don't forget to join us tomorrow at midday for our next news major. On behalf of the entire news team, I am Daniela Edwin. Thank you for tuning in, and to have a good night.
And now, for our Hot 7 TV special news feature.
Earlier, a memorial service in Lower Manhattan was held to honor the 2,900